What if real zombies already exist? Not in movies, but in our world, right now. We all love watching zombies in movies. Creatures that lose control, become violent, and spread their condition to others. But here's the terrifying truth. Some of these zombie-like things are not just Hollywood fiction. They exist in real life, and they are far more dangerous than you can imagine. Today, we are going to talk about 4 real pathogens and substances that can turn living beings into something horrifyingly close to zombies. From viruses that hijack the brain and make people violent, to proteins that eat the brain from inside, to modern drugs that turn people into walking dead bodies on the streets. These are not made-up stories. These are real cases studied by scientists, some of them even happening even today. By the end of this video, you will know about creatures and substances that can make people uncontrollably aggressive, eat holes in the brain, turn animals and humans into mindless beings. And yes, we will also reveal how some of these deadly threats, for which no vaccine has been made yet, have still been controlled and defeated in clever ways. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is stranger and scarier than any movie. Let's start with the most terrifying type of zombie maker. One that is not even a virus. It's called a prion. Prions are misfolded proteins, normal proteins in your brain that suddenly become twisted and wrong. Once they turn bad, they start forcing other healthy proteins to become bad too. It's like a chain reaction of destruction inside your brain. The most famous real-life example is Kuru Disease. In the 1950s, in the remote highlands of Papua New Guinea, there was a tribe called the Foray people. They had a ritual. When someone died, the family would eat parts of the body to honor their spirit. Women and children especially ate the brain. Soon, people in the tribe started showing horrifying symptoms. They would laugh uncontrollably for no reason. They would shake violently. They would lose control of their body and mind. Within a year, almost everyone who got it died. The locals called it the Laughing Death. Scientists later discovered that this was caused by prions. These misfolded proteins were spreading from the infected brains they ate, turning the victim's own brains into sponge-like holes. Another deadly prion disease is mad cow disease, BSE. In the 1980s and 90s in Britain, cows started acting strangely, becoming aggressive, losing balance, and crashing into walls. When people infected beef, many got the human version and suffered the same terrifying brain damage. What makes prions truly zombie-like is this. They have no DNA or RNA. You cannot kill them by cooking, boiling, or normal sterilization. They are almost indestructible.
If prions are the silent brain eaters, then rabies is the classic Hollywood-style zombie virus. Rabies has been around for thousands of years. It is one of the oldest and deadliest viruses known to humans. And once symptoms appear, it is almost 100% fatal. Here's how it turns people into real-life zombies. When an infected animal, usually a dog, bat, or fox, bites a human, the rabies virus enters through the saliva. It doesn't attack the blood or organs first. It quietly travels through the nerves, straight to the brain. Once it reaches the brain, it takes complete control. The symptoms are terrifying. First, the person starts feeling anxious and restless. Then comes hydrophobia, an extreme fear of water. Even the sound or sight of water causes painful throat spasms. The person foams at the mouth, becomes extremely aggressive, and can attack others, biting and spreading the virus further. This is why rabies is called the closest thing to a real zombie virus. it hijacks the brain, removes fear, increases aggression, and makes the infected person spread the disease through biting. By the time these symptoms appear, the virus has already reached the brain. At that point, there is almost nothing doctors can do. The person usually dies within a few days. But here's the good news we will talk about later. If you get the vaccine in time, before symptoms start, rabies can be completely prevented. This is one of the few zombie threats that humans have actually learned to defeat.
We have seen prions that eat the brain and rabies that turns people violent, but nature has even stranger zombie makers. One of the most incredible is the cordyceps fungus, nature's real mind control parasite. This fungus infects ants and other insects. Once inside, it takes over the ant's brain and forces it to climb to the highest point it can find. Then the ant dies, and the fungus grows out of its head like a stalk, releasing spores to infect more ants. It turns the ant into a zombie that spreads the infection. But the most modern and terrifying zombie threat is not natural, it's man-made. It's a drug called Xylazine, also known as the zombie drug or tranq. Originally made to sedate large animals like horses, it is now being mixed with heroin and fentanyl on the streets. People who take it can freeze in strange positions for hours, standing, sitting, or lying down, completely unresponsive, like walking corpses. Their skin begins to rot and develop deep wounds. They look exactly like zombies from movies. The scariest truth is this: real zombie threats already exist in our world, some created by nature, some by humans. But here's the hopeful part we must remember. Science has already defeated many of these dangers. Rabies can be stopped completely with timely vaccination. We have controlled mad cow disease through better farming practices, and we're learning how to fight back against even the most dangerous pathogens. Final summary. Prions, Kuru, and mad cow eat the brain from inside. Rabies turns people aggressive and violent. Cordyceps controls insects like real zombies. Xylazine is creating human zombies on the streets. The world is stranger and more dangerous than we think, but knowledge is our best weapon. If this video about real-life zombie threats scared you or amazed you, tell me in the comments, which of these real zombie makers frightened you the most? And if you want more dark but simple science videos that reveal the hidden truths of our world, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay curious. See you in the next video.